to win Most Improved Player at 17-1 odds. The only players ahead of him are Anthony Edwards and Tyrese Halliburton. So bringing back our full crew here, Chanae, Richard, Perk, Zach. Perk, I'm going to start with you here. All of last season, we were clamoring to hear from Zion. When is he going to talk? When is he going to speak to reporters? He has talked to the media now 2 days in a row. What are your expectations for him this season?
Well, one, great start and kudos to Zion because from my understanding, he cleaned up his circle and the people around him that actually got him moving in the right direction as far as that aspect. He needed that area cleaned up. But I'm expecting big things from Zion. Look, even in our small sample size, he's been more than dominant, right? We can see that his future is bright. We always talk about his health, but I just want to see how does he fit in and what role is he going to play? We know he's the franchise player, but with all the firepower that they have offensively, Brandon Ingram, doing big things, being an all-star last year, adding C.J. McCollum, and the way that the team flourished without him last season, I just want to see how he's going to be utilized in that offense and what position is he going to play. Is he going to play small forward? Is he going to play center at times? Whatever the case may be, I expect big things from Zion. Here's another thing. Ja Morant was in the same draft as him. I said that Ja Morant should have went above Zion. Here's an opportunity this season to prove me wrong. I'm not wrong often, but when I do get proven wrong, I like to get proven by big fellas that go out there and show Big Perk they can put in that work.
I like it.
All right, so Perk's not wrong often. All right, Perk, write this down. My thing about the Pelicans is it's less about Zion. It's about the Pelicans. What do I want to see from the Pelicans? Because Zion, bro, just listen, just stay with here. When I say expectations for Zion Williamson, some of my expectations for him are team-based. They're not just individual. If he goes out there and averages 28 and his team doesn't make it to the postseason, then we can be like, well, Zion's healthy, Zion's good. No, I think this is the first time that Zion Williamson has an opportunity to be a high-level professional. Let's go play basketball. Let's talk about you playing basketball. Those are my only expectations. If we can focus on basketball, if he can play with Larry Nance, if he can play with CJ, if he can do all of those things, my expectations for Zion are not individually based, they're team-based. If you're healthy, let's see you play 70 games. If you're not 82, let's see you play 70 games. Let's see what you can do with your team. Let's get your team to the second round. We know that they're a first-round team right now without you. So those are my expectations for him, is how well he can incorporate himself to being a team leader.
And speaking of the Pelicans, I think there is something that I was inspired by, that, seeing the dynamic between CJ and Zion. And there's a book, actually when I'm playing for the Sparks under Coach Derek Fisher, he brought in John Gordon, who's a motivational speaker. And there's a book that talked about you don't want to be an egg that is hardened by water, right? You don't want to be a carrot that is softened by hot water. Instead, you want to be a coffee bean that transforms the environment that you're in. Ooh. And I think CJ is one of those coffee beans that transforms the environment that he's in a way that we all know he's Prez. He's a great teammate. He's a great player. But for Zion, that's exactly what is needed. So to see that chemistry between those two, it reminded me about John Gordon's book and how CJ is that coffee bean that provides that proper leadership. And then lastly, to answer your question, for Zion, but I hope I made a little bit of sense. To answer your question. To answer your question about Zion, and Perk sort of alluded to it, y'all can keep laughing. Well, come on, you guys get what I'm saying. To answer your question about Zion,
we're with you.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all. He's a player that you don't have to run plays for. So when we talk about schemes and things like that, he's one of those guys that can go and block a shot without running a defensive scheme for, or offensively he'll get you a bucket without running plays for. So it's more about the chemistry, it's more about the environment, it's more about the leadership, and that's my answer.
Zach, please, Lord, get us back on track.
Oh, I'm glad Zach's last.
Look, I got no agricultural metaphors for you, but I heard everyone talking about what position does Zion play? Can he play with this guy or that guy? And the answer is everything and all of it. My expectation for Zion is to be an all-NBA level player if he stays healthy, because that's what he was 2 seasons ago when he played. And what that means for the Pelicans is, with all that firepower, all those options, can I post Zion? Can I run pick and roll with him as the screener and the ball handler? Yes, yes, yes. They should have no worse than the 6th, 7th, 8th best offense in the NBA. This should be an elite scoring team. And if they can be just average or a little bit below average on defense, they're going to be right there to crack that top 6. We know there are 7 really good teams in the West. Golden State, Clippers, Denver, Phoenix, and then Minnesota, Memphis, Dallas. If the Pelicans crack into that group, that's bad news for everyone trying to get out of the play-in tournament, including the Lakers.
Crack it, not like a hard-boiled egg in Janae's metaphor. We're going to take a quick coffee break.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.